So continuing on in lesson 1, we're going to divide a fraction by an improper fraction or a mixed number. So just like dividing a fraction by a proper fraction, you use the acronym keep, change, flip. So if I was going to take a fraction like 5/9 and divide it by an improper fraction such as 4/3, I write down what is that equal to. So this is where I'm going to keep, change, flip. So I keep the 5/9 and then I change my operation to the opposite, which is multiply, and then I flip my 4/3 to the reciprocal, which is 3/4. So I always follow that same pattern: keep, change, flip. Okay, I don't change it on my problem here. I leave my original problem the same. I'm doing keep, change, flip on what it equals to. Then I can multiply across. If you want to simplify, you could say that 9 divided by 3 is 3 and 3 divided by 3 is 1, and simplify there. Or you could have multiplied straight across and said it was 15 and 36 here. So 5 times 1 is 5 and 3 times 4 is 12. So when I do 5/9 divided by 4/3, that equals 5/9 times 3/4, which is equal to 5/12. I can't simplify that anymore, so that is my answer. And then if I had 5/9 and I want to divide it by 1 1/3, which is a mixed number, the first step is to change my mixed number into an improper fraction. And then I would continue on. So take 1 times 3 and then add the 1/3 and you get 4/3. And then you just complete the problem exactly like above. Yeah. So if we complete number 25 in our guided practice, it's on page 75. You can do 2 3/5 and divide it by 1 8/9. So remember, we keep, change, and flip, right? But we can't flip this until we have this as an improper fraction. We also aren't going to be able to divide by from this mixed number. So we're going to have to change this into an improper fraction. So this is where when I said if you're working with an algebraic problem, and even if you're just working with an expression or an equation, you actually want to have your mixed numbers be improper fractions. So we're going to change these. So we essentially, by multiplying 2 times 5, we're saying how many fifths is 2. So if I had 2 bars or 2 circles or 2 pies and I split it into fifths, that would be 10 parts because 1 pie split into fifths would be 5, and then having another one of that would be another 5, so that would be 10. And then having 3 more colored in on a third one would be another 3. So 10 plus 3 is 13. So 2 times 5 plus the 3/5 would be 13/5. So I have 10/5 plus 3 equals 13/5. So I'm done with that. So 2 3/5 is the same as the improper fraction 13/5 divided by 1 8/9. So I need to change that to an improper fraction as well. So all I'm doing right now, I'm not keep changing, flipping, or at this point, I'm just changing the mixed numbers to an improper fraction. So 1 times 9 is 9. And then you can ask yourself, does 9/9 equal 1? And the answer is yes. So I could do 9/9 here and add it to 8/9 and get 17/9. Or I can take 1 times 9 and add 8. So 1 times 9 is 9 plus 8 is 17 ninths. Now I'm ready to keep, change, flip. So I keep the 13 fifths, which is your dividend. I change my division to multiplication, and I flip the 17 ninths to the reciprocal, which would be 9 seventeenths. Again, you could cross reduce. You could also reduce in one fraction if you could, where you had a numerator and denominator that could simplify. So you're going to multiply across. So 13 times 9 should be 117. And then 17 times 5 should be 85. And then this is something I just need to simplify now. And since this is an improper fraction, this is the point where you're going to say 117 divided by 85. 85 goes into that one time. And then you subtract. And you have 32. So it's 1 and 32 85ths. And then you would just see if you can simplify that, which you cannot. So your answer is 1 and 32 85ths. Again, to know if you could simplify that, you could check for prime numbers that could be factored out and find the greatest common factor to simplify your fraction. And that is how to find the answer to a fraction divided by an improper fraction, or a fraction divided by a mixed number, or a mixed number divided by a mixed number.